be fine. Now, you remember that we just fought our way through the bar? Guess what's repopulated? Whoops.
I've locked shields. Locked and loaded.
I can.
I will just.
Okay, the grenades in this game use the select button for a 360 controller. If you've ever used a PS4 controller, you know there's no select button, so they're very finicky to use. Okay, this is another case where while there is a time limit, it basically might as well not exist. She's right over here. In fact, if you're playing on easy or just max level, you can very easily get to her in less than a minute.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off.
One shot. Also, I'd just like to mention the character, the Korean. Her name is Tali. The thing that's really creepy about the way that guy was touching her is Tali is technically underage.
Fist set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
So, yeah, there's something to be, disturbed about.
Don't worry about Fist. He got what was coming to him.
Then I guess there are two things I need to thank you for. Who are you?
No, just one thing to thank me for. You can thank Rex for killing Fist. Also, if you don't take Rex with you, Fist can actually survive that. I have never done that even once, because why would I?
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
We could take her to the human embassy. Your ambassador will want to see this anyway.
What the hell is with that music swell? Did I just level up?
Not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
You wanted proof Saren's a traitor. This is it.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, miss.
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone, we search the stars, only returning to the flotilla once we have discovered something of value. In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
The Quarians are actually really interesting, and over the next couple games, we'll be learning a lot about them. In fact, I hesitantly call them my favorite race in Mass Effect.
What kinds of things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel, or some type of useful technology, or even knowledge that will make life easier on the flotilla. Through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than being a burden on our limited resources.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
What did you find out?
Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Yeah, but I thought you got the same response either way.
Major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
Are you sure? I could barely hear him over the music swell.
He said Eden Prime brought him one step closer to finding the conduit. Any idea what that means?
The conduit must have something to do with the beacon. Maybe it's some kind of Prothean technology. Like a weapon.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
According to the Memory Core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life. And they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
This is a lot to handle. They might just ignore everything we tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The Captain's right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I gotta admit, you're not a bad grenadier. Way better than me, at least.
I thought you were on your pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage proves we are willing to give of ourselves for the greater good. What does it say about me if I turn my back on this? Saren is a danger to the entire galaxy. My pilgrimage can wait.
If you say that she's not ready for it, then I think it's Udina just forces her into your party anyway. The only optional party members are Garrus and Rex.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
I actually have something kind of embarrassing to admit to. The first several times I played the game, I did not give a shit about Tali. I don't know what it was, I just didn't find her interesting. It wasn't until after Mass Effect 2 that I actually started to, like, take interest. Because, like, her backstory gets expanded. She's not shoved in a part of the ship that you never go to because it takes for fucking ever to get there. And her side quest is actually interesting. What I'm told, haven't really experienced myself much because this is, while this isn't the Mass Effect game I played the least, it's the third least. So, second most, technically. I'm told that these two have a lot of really, really funny interactions. I've seen a couple of them. And they are pretty good. So, we're probably going to be using this party somewhat frequently. I already robbed Udina. On the plus side, since we're forced back into Udina's office, we're right next to the L-Core.
Strange greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
I know who revealed your secret. It was a Turian named Septimus.
Unbelieving, I know this Septimus, and he could not learn my secrets. The only way he could learn them is from the Asari consort.
Here, there should be proof enough for you.
How did you get my data pad?
This is difficult to fathom. If the Turian could learn this on his own, dismayed, anyone can discover my secret.
The Septimus is a powerful man, and it wasn't easy for him to find.
Relieved. I suppose you are correct, human. Thank you for this information. Startled realization. I must speak with the consort. She will be most displeased with my actions. Anxious request. Please, human, if you will excuse me, I must go now.
Whatever.
I'm sure she'll forgive you. It was an honest mistake.
Doubtful. Perhaps you are right, human. I can only hope so. Thankful. That was a great thing you did, Commander. Approving. You see, Din, not all humans are as you say.
I'm sure the Earth Clan stands to profit from this in some way.
Well, I mean, I got $30, but that's not that much.
Do not listen to my Volus compatriot. It was a good thing you did, regardless of your intentions.
Okay, something that I wanna take note of: the Elcor, like specifically their design. Apparently, on the Elcor homeworld, which I don't remember the name of, the gravity is extremely intense there. Like, falling over is basically a death sentence. Hence, the Elcor have evolved to be incredibly sturdy and like physically stable. So they're stood upright like at all times. I think they actually sleep like that. Just something I thought was interesting. Also, something I just remembered. Another Tali uses largely the same weapons as Rex, except instead of being essentially a vanguard but better, Tali is an engineer but better. I think normally engineers only get pistols. Tali gets a pistol and a shotgun. In addition, with the Quarian machinist unique tree, not really a tree, it's just a line, Tali gets resistance to tech abilities, and her shield capacity skyrockets. So she can actually be pretty tanky despite her low health. I think she is actually either the most fragile or second most fragile of any of your companions.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
Okay, when I was wandering around over in that other section over there for a while, this was actually the side quest I was looking for. This one isn't really important, but I feel a major moral imperative to do it. Just because, like, it's so, like, just heart-wrenchingly written.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
We'll look into it.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
Hop right over here. Here he is.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
If you go renegade on this, you get right up in this guy's face and start just, like, screaming him down. Like from 0 to 100, like that.
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You're studying her injuries to learn more about Geth weaponry.
The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Okay. What I like most about this quest is that for both sides of it, Paragon and Renegade, both of them apply equally to either side. I am actually going to be siding with Bosker on this.
I'll tell Mr. Baccia about this. It might make it easier for him to understand.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Please let me know if you have any other questions.
Baccia... Okay, I'll explain in a second, like, my reasoning on this.
Hello, Commander. Has any progress been made with Mr. Bosker? Will he return my wife's body?
It's not as simple as I'd hoped. The military needs your wife's body for important tests.
Tests? They're holding my wife's body for tests? My wife served the Alliance faithfully. She gave her life for humanity. And this is how they repay her.
Mr. Baccia, your wife died defending humanity. We still need her help.
What right does the military have to hold her body? She's already given her life.
She died a hero, Mr. Baccia, and now she has a chance to save even more lives.
It doesn't matter. She's dead. I just want her to come home. I miss her so much. Let them run their tests. Let my wife save lives so that others are spared the loss I feel today. Goodbye. Thank you for finding me answers.
Okay, my reasoning here is that while they are holding her body to run tests, it's for a good reason, and they are not preventing him from getting her body. It's just a hold on it. Like, I feel for the guy, I do. Like, I can't even imagine being in that kind of situation. But ultimately, I feel that it's the right thing to do to hold off for the test to be done. Because, like, think what she would want. And you actually had the option to pick that one, but... Okay, let me go off on a little tangent for the dialogue wheel here. I hate the dialogue wheel. Okay. Anything on the right side, more often than not, is progress. The upper right is Paragon, the middle right is neutral, the bottom right is Renegade. Well, the Renegade option is usually the option to be a prick. So, on reflex, I didn't go with that one, even though, logically, that was the one I should have. The left side is a bit more murky. The left side is usually, like, is usually questions. You're asking questions about things and progressing the conversation without actually leaving the current topic or ending the conversation. And it can be a little hard to tell when something is a good neutral or evil option to say. Usually it's neutral, but sometimes they throw you a curveball. Yeah. One sec. Okay, back. I completely forgot that we needed to deal with the consort.
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
I'm glad I could help.
You are too kind, Commander, but I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see you. Your uniform fits as though you were born wearing it. You are a soldier through and through, proud, solitary, alone, but it gives you strength. It is that strength that people are drawn to. It is why you lead and others follow without question. You will need that leadership in the battles to come. This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
Okay. Something to mention here. I think it's at this point, if you can complain that she didn't give you enough, and after that you can then demand more payment. You may remember that bed just to the left, and what I was heavily hinting at about her profession. If you demand more payment, you basically bully her into having sex with you. It's a gender-neutral option. It doesn't matter what gender you are. Needless to say, this is somewhat creepy and disturbing. What's even creepier is that apparently she's super into it. mention about the Asari is that they are creepy sex aliens. It's like their thing. We'll be getting more into that later, after I choke down my lunch.
You have quite a gift, Shaira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do. Never underestimate the power of words. Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Elcor Ambassador, I would like you to have this small trinket.
What is it?
A small mystery. I have never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you.